If you guys are wondering what I just watched, that's one of the intros I did for an old pack opening. I thought it was pretty fitting for this video. We're doing a Halloween fantasy draft. I'm not sure how much you guys play World of Chell, but I was actually inspired to do this video by the two new special characters they released. You got like this skeleton, this werewolf, which I thought was honestly kind of cool. So I feel like we got to be the New Jersey Devils here, because obviously Devil and Halloween, you know, go pretty hand in hand. So if you guys are wondering what exactly is the challenge, I can only draft players from 6 teams. All of them are like Halloween themed. For the first, obviously the Devils, I think pretty self-explanatory. The Islanders here because they have a black and orange jersey, which is the Halloween colors. Same goes for the Philadelphia Flyers. Can't draft players from any team in the Atlantic or the Central. Now in the Pacific, we can also draft from the Ducks because they too have a black and orange jersey. The Calgary Flames here, I feel, you know, jack-o'-lanterns always have a flame inside of them, and their one alternate jersey there is black, red, and yellow, so it's pretty close to black and orange. And that horse there looks pretty evil to me. And then finally the Seattle Kraken. The Kraken, of course, is a sea monster. Monsters Halloween, again, makes sense. So just those 6 teams we can draft players from. Now, players that are currently on them or have played for them in the past. That way it gives us a bit more of a chance. And now next year, guys, as always, just going to close my eyes, randomize our draft position. Where is it going to be? 17, right in the middle. Honestly, that's sometimes a good spot. Canucks there. Probably take McDavid. They might go McCarr, though. I'm actually seeing Vasi's roster here, which could affect some of these picks. So, Roman Josi was just taken, Marner, Petey, McAvoy, Bedard at 12, Heiskanen, Robertson, Pastrnak, Matthews, Kachuk there, Rantanen, Fox, Draisaitl, McKinnon, McCarr, and then, yeah, McDavid did get taken first. And so now with our first pick, guys, I think it's pretty obvious who we're going to take here. Jack Hughes, first line side of the Devils, currently tearing up the NHL. As the only guy with over 2 points per game, and actually at the moment he has over 2.5 points per game. Sid we can't take, same with Carlson, Stammer, Hedman. Panarin has played for the Rangers, the Blackhawks, and the Blue Jackets, so we can't take him. Eichel we can't take, Gensel. Gaudreau played for the Flames, so we could take Johnny Gaudreau. Dougie Hamilton also played for the Flames. We could take him to get our number 1 defenseman. I'm trying to think, do we need Hamilton more? Do we need Gaudreau more? Honestly, it's a tough decision. I'm going to take Hamilton. So far, our team is literally the Devils, which is kind of funny. We'll see where our third pick is here. Huberdeau's available. Okay, so not too far of a fall off from Gaudreau. Obviously, on the Flames right now. I think, yeah, looking at everyone there, let's just take Huberdeau. They get a couple, you know, sick forwards. I'd like to get a third guy even. Just have a really nasty first line if possible. Looking to see, I mean, Tavares played for the Islanders. Tavares might be our best bet there. Zuccarello played for the Wild and the Rangers. We could also take Couturier or Giroux. I feel like one of those two might be available later on. Let's go. John Tavares has a big contract. I'm not sure, like, which way the game's going to lean. I feel like Giroux's a bit older. Honestly, let's try Tavares. I don't think I get him in my fantasy drafts too often. And now next year, guys, okay, Giroux is still available. Unfortunately, Sean Couturier is not, but I'm definitely happy taking Giroux here. So I feel like at that point, we got a pretty good group of forwards. We got Hamilton on D. I could look to add another defenseman now. Travis Sanheim on the Flyers. Let's not overthink that. We have him and Hamilton as our top pair. Still do need a starting goalie, though. Might be worth looking at that. Varlamov on the Islanders right now. Okay. After him, I don't even know the next best goalie we can take. And looking through the rest of the goalies, I don't think we can take any of these guys. I'm seeing Ottawa, I'm seeing Edmonton, Toronto, St. Louis, Minnesota. Yeah, I don't think we can take any of these goalies. So kind of early, I had to take Varlamov there just to make sure we get at least a decent starting goaltender. Next here, best player available that is not a goalie. Toffoli used to play with the Flames. Okay, so we can take him or we can take Brody, again, another defenseman. Brody, of course, was on the Flames as well. Let's go Brody there. Next pick here, guys. Could take Jordan Eberle. He's on the Kraken. Atkinson here's on the Flyers. Could also take him. So we might as well just take the highest rated guy here in Jordan Eberle. Honestly, so far, I feel like, you know, have done pretty well considering the fact we can literally only choose from 6 teams. So the next pick here, guys, I'm going to take Atkinson. At this point, like, I think our forward group's pretty good. Honestly, what's going to be tough for us, I think, is filling out that defense because I am not seeing a whole bunch here. Yeah, we've already got like 7 forwards. Let's look at the defense. Try at least get a good top 4. Okay, so we need someone on one of the 6 teams I mentioned. Oh, man, I'm not seeing anybody. Josh Manson actually played for the Ducks. This might be our first Ducks player, too. I don't think any other guys we can take. I feel like, to make it fair, I'm not going to, like, Google every single player. So, Josh Manson there, right now our top 4D, I think should be good enough. Now, again, best player available. Actually, Kaloran is on the Ducks right now. I totally forgot about that. He could play PK for us and stuff. Lee's still there, again, because I think he's got a pretty bad contract. We'll take Kaloran, and if Lee's available at the next pick, I will take him at that point. And he is still there. Okay, so at this point, we actually only need one more forward, and we'll have our top 3 filled out, and then we'll probably go for the bottom D pair, and then finally the 4th line of forwards, because we don't really care too much about that. Blatz on the Devils right now. Could go for him. Could also go for John Klingberg, only an 82, but very good offensively. Could be on the second power play. Let's add Klingberg, actually. And then Palat's still there with the next pick. We'll get him. I should mention too, Klingberg, of course, played for the Ducks 1 year. It looks like Palat actually got taken, okay. Now, Tatar's been on the Devils, and so is Blake Coleman. Coleman, I feel, yeah, is probably better in the third line spot. Good D awareness there. Okay, so that actually works out really well. Now we just need one more defenseman. I think 3 more forwards and a backup goalie. I will definitely worry about getting last. Adam Henrique as well on the Ducks. He's a solid guy, I think, in the 4th line. Salary cap's on, but luckily for us, it only affects like the trades and stuff after the draft. During the draft, it does not matter. Mark Giordano and Nick Leddy, we can pick both of them. Giordano, of course, was on the Flames. Leddy was on the Islanders. Giordano, 88 D awareness, 92 shot block, 88 stick check. That is very good. Leddy there, a bit better offensively, but honestly, we got Klingberg. Let's go Giordano there, fill the defense. I think it actually looks pretty solid. And then, like I said, we need a couple more forwards now. We'll see who we could take. Thomas Tatar, I know we could take. He played for the Devils. 82 overall. Let's do that. Definitely have a lot of Devils here, so it worked out well that we took them to be our team. And then last forward here, Kyle Palmieri also played for the Devils, and he's currently on the Islanders. 2-way forward. He hits a couple of the teams we're allowed to take from, so we'll do that. Finally here, guys, all we need is a backup goalie. Looked like goalie was honestly kind of the toughest to find players for, so yeah, like go through here. Actually, Grubauer is on the Kraken right now, so we'll take Philip Grubauer there. I feel like this Halloween team might actually not be too bad. Alright guys, so next I'll show what the lines of this team are looking like. Again, actually surprised by how good this team turned out. I think definitely should be a playoff team, if not competing for a Stanley Cup. So first line there, you got Huberdeau playing with Jack Hughes, Claude Giroux. I feel like if Huberdeau can play like Huberdeau from 2 years ago, that's a sick first line. Second line there even, you got Killorn, Tavares, Eberle. Third line's Atkinson, Henrique, and Lee. The fourth being Tatar, Coleman, Palmieri. Obviously, too, you look at the chemistry, like very solid, +5, +3, +2, +1. Defensively here, you got Sanheim, Hamilton on the top pair, I think is nice. Klingberg and Brody on the second. Giordano, Mance on the bottom. If you look at Brody, too, like very, very good defensive stats, 5 stars there. Playing with Klingberg, doesn't play defense, but he's got good offensive stats, so hopefully that'll work out for us. You look at the power play even, I think power play 1, absolutely stacked. The reason why that can't be one of the better power plays in the league. Power play 2, not too bad. Then look at the PK. I feel like PK 1's quite solid. I think we get good chemistry on all the PKs, except for the 3-mans. It gets a little bit worse. You can see -2, -3. It's always the hardest one to get the chem for, though, so it's okay. And then finally here, guys, obviously goaltending. Varlamov starting there. Grubauer backing him up. Those two actually played together, I'm pretty sure, on Colorado at one point, so kind of funny to have them reunited. As you guys can see, we're currently 3-3 in the preseason. Tavares there has 10 points in 6 games. I'll show you guys our ratings here before we get started with the sim. As you can see, we got 96 offense, 91 defense, 85 goaltending. Jack Hughes looks pretty good there in this Devils jersey. You can see I actually gave him the C. Let's see how this team does. Alright guys, so I just finished saving through the season. As you can see there, we finished the record of 45, 32, and 5. 95 points on the year. We're going to be playing the Blue Jackets in the first round. I think the Leafs actually on the President's Trophy with 110. Obviously with the fantasy draft, you know, the teams are a lot closer. There really shouldn't be any awesome team or like absolutely trash team. Jack Hughes there, about a point per game. Not doing quite as good as he has to start this year, but we'll take that for sure. Behind him, you got Claude Giroux, almost a point per game. Huberdeau, 69. We'll take that. It's pretty nice. Tavares, Eberle, over 60. Hamilton, 59. Klingberg, 57. So we're getting production from our 2 defensemen there. Killorn was closing in on 50. Henrique with 40. Overall, I feel like this team actually produced pretty well. Goaltending-wise, okay, so Varlamov started just under a 900 save percentage, 3 goals against. Grubauer there actually a lot better numbers, but usually the case for a backup. Again, I don't know really what causes that. Now look at the entire league here. Mikko Rantanen put up 108 with the Canadians. You got Petey and Gensel, both on the Panthers, tearing it up. Caulfield with the Leafs put up 101. Stammer on Boston. Kyle Connors with the Leafs as well. Robertson, McKinnon, Bedard. Looking at goals here, Rantanen got the Maurice Richard at 56. Defensive scoring goes to Erik Karlsson, 94 there with the Islanders. Now checking out the goalie stats, Jordan Binnington, most wins with 40. Actually tied Varlamov on our team. So even though Varlamov didn't have a great save percentage goals against, he tied for the most wins, go figure. Which is kind of strange to me because I feel like that suggests our defense isn't good, but our offense is, even though I thought we actually had solid defense. Save percentage here for a starter, Spencer Knight, 919. And then goals against here, probably going to be him as well. And yeah, it is 262. And then finally, rookie skaters, I assume... yeah, Connor Bedard put up 95 points. That's ridiculous. And in terms of the entire league here, guys, as I mentioned, the Leafs won the President's Trophy. Where did we finish? So not a top 8 team. We finished 11th the entire league, though. I feel like that's pretty solid. San Jose actually kind of got screwed there, finishing 13, not getting in. St. Louis with the 20 seed do. And now, like I was saying, guys, in the first round here, we got the Columbus Blue Jackets. They got Hagel, Hintz, and Nietzsche on their first line. LeBanc, Hittel, Beauvillier. I mean, that second line is already so much worse than ours. They got decent forward depth, though. Ours, again, better. Slavs are number 1, 91 overall. I mean, Dougie Hamilton's pretty close. Their defensive depth's not as good as ours. Goaltending, Frank Hughes, they got Swayman, who's an 89. Okay, so they got the goaltending edge. Other than that, though, I definitely like our team better on paper. So I'll see what happens here. I think, in the regular season, we were very, very close. So this series could really go either way. CBJ does have the home ice advantage. We go into Columbus, lose the first game and the second, 7-2. Hopefully, we at least don't get swept. Win game 3 in OT. All right, so we're at least 5 more games. Ooh, and we win game 4. So we're actually tied up here. Game 5 in Columbus. Win that as well. Have all the momentum. Just have to win one of the next 2. 2-1 OT win. Wow. So they're up the first 2. We come back, win the next 4. I think that's actually exactly what the Devils did to the Rangers last year in the playoffs. And next up here, guys, you have the New York Islanders. And wow, look at that first line. Ovechkin, Aho, Kane. What's kind of funny is actually this is pretty similar to the line I had in the Washington Capitals franchise. Putting Kane and Ovi together. They got Bertuzzi, who we also signed, playing with Campe and Perron. Niederreiter, Colton Halla, Cardi there, Asplin, Iskakov. I mean, their offense is definitely more top-heavy. And aside from the fourth line, like, they're very good. Defensively, Taze, Carlson, top pair. That's nice. Severson. They have 75 Phillips, though, on the second pairing, with that 84 dump on the bottom. So hopefully expose him, because he is not really an angel defenseman. Demko starting is a good goalie, better than ours. All right, so they have like one weak spot. For whatever reason, they have a 75 defense on the second pairing. We'll see. Tavares go up against his old team. We've also got a Halloween matchup here, both these teams. Obviously, we could draft players from. Let's see what happens here, guys. First 2 games. Wow. I was going to say, on Long Island, are both OT losses. I mean, at least they were close. Can we rally back again? 7-6 win. Okay. Let's see if we can do it again. Tie it up. 5-1 win. Wow, this team. Game 5. 4-3 win. Head home. Okay. Game 7. The Islanders not going down without a fight. Here we go. First period. And 3-2 for them. Henrique and Lee for us. Perron, Carlson, Campe. 4-3. This thing is still close. Zoom simulation. We're out shooting them 32-20. They had a power play there. We killed it off. Power play for us. Come on. There we go. Jack Hughes on the power play. I think Devils have like the best power play in the league right now in real life. So cool to see that happen here. They're definitely closing in on the shots. Still tied 4-4. 2.5 minutes to go. Mark Giordano. Are you kidding me? The veteran. He's like 40 bottom pair D-man with the game and series winner. Let's go. And next year, guys, in the conference final, we got the Montreal Canadiens. Their first line there, Nichushkin, Nuge, and Rantanen. So Rantanen obviously kind of carrying that. The rest of the team, they got Perfetti, they got Kessel. Fourth line's meh. Defensively, they got Nurse and Carlson top pair. That's solid. Reinbacker, interesting. Montreal still gets him. Lindell, Martinez, Weidman. Goalies, they got Bobrovsky, Forsberg. Okay, so I feel like their whole team is pretty equal, honestly, with maybe giving us a slight edge at forward. Jack Hughes right now averaging a little over a point per game. Love seeing that. We'll need him to continue if you want to make the Stanley Cup final here. So, first 2 games, guys, are in Montreal. And win 1, lose 1. I mean, we'll take that. Head home here to New Jersey. Again, you lost the first, won the second. It's all tied up here. Heading to game 5. And it's a loss. All right, so can we force game 7? We're headed home. Unfortunately, Montreal beats us in 6, and they're playing the Stars in the Cup final. That's a tough way to go out, but I mean, we had a good run. Hughes there, over a point per game in the playoffs. Can't put the losses on him. And look at this, guys. The playoffs are complete. The Montreal Canadiens actually went on to win the Stanley Cup. So, I mean, we lost to the eventual champion. Can't be too upset. I don't know if you guys saw Tampa Bay there. We got last in this sim and picked first overall. So, I'll take a quick look here at the playoff tree. Montreal and Dallas actually went to 7 games, so definitely earned their Stanley Cup. I'm looking at our players here. Huberdeau was a point per game behind Hughes. Tavares almost was. Giroux and Hamilton definitely, doing their part. Goaltending. Varlamov was not good enough. Below a 900, but he had a positive record. I don't understand why Varlamov was not playing well enough for us in this sim, but is what it is. I know for next time. So the team awards, I think we know all of them individually here. Rantanen, Art Ross, along with the Hart. Carlson, James Norris, Petey, Lady Bang, Bedard, Calder. Nuge got the Conn Smythe. Spencer Knight there, Vezina Trophy. Vladas there got the William M. Jennings, though, with Fleury. Borgen, Bill Masterton. Edmonton coach Jack Adams. Kopitar, Selke. Rantanen, Ted Lindsay. And you also got the Major Shards. Unfortunately, no awards for us there, but still, I thought that was, a pretty good fantasy draft. The team, honestly, did a lot better than I expected. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, leave that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the sub button down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.